Digis. It's another weekend again for our ritual chatting with our fellow Digipreneurs in Canada. This is Del from the innovative United Arab Emirates.
Last week episode was totally nostalgic, so there were been defined in the meaning of digital entrepreneurship and how it really changes the life of every individual nowadays. Good morning, everyone. This is RC again from beautiful British Columbia here in Canada.
Yes, there are realizations to all of us, right? Like learning the traditional selling and buying takes full effort to make it happen compared to the digital entrepreneurship. Hey there, mga kabigis. This is Len from the home of the Winnipeg Jet in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about what are the skills and the attitudes and the mindset that's required, I would say, to be a successful digital entrepreneur, at least the basics, right?
Yes.
So, hey there, Kadijis. This is Paula from friendly Manitoba, and this is the Digipreneur Life.
Hey, hi.
Hi. So most of us started with a dream to be successful, to build a business or their businesses if you have your own. So to end your employee life soon or retire early. And if you decided to do that, you have to start moving your feet and take the opportunity right away when it comes. So do not let the opportunity to let go. So if you have it, then grab it and then start again as soon as possible.
The journey is not even an easy path, but you know what? It takes patience to see the result. Whatever kind of business would that be, well, it's not like you pay for something and in a few days, you get results. Wow. I believe even business tycoons experience the hard roads, but you know what? Look at them now. They took a lot of effort in order for them to reach wherever they are.
Exactly, Ate. Here in this digital business, it actually takes, we always say it takes the right attitude, the right mindset, but it also takes the skills, and you're going to have to go back and take a look at what needs to be done for you to be able to reach your goal. And for you to be able to do that, you should take a step, be an action taker like most of us here. If you want to be successful on your online business, at least master at least the very basic skills of being a digital entrepreneur. Is that right?
Exactly.
Agreed.
And the first digital skills that we're going to talk about, we're going to master instead, is communication. I really like this. That's why this is my course, right? This is BS Mass Communication. Why do I say, or why we say that this is the first and everyone has it, right? Because we all speak every day. We all chat, we communicate via chatting, via verbal communication, and we relay messages, whatever message you want to send to somebody, to send to the public in many ways. So the number one step in any kind of business is to communicate and to let people know what business you are into and why you do it, right?
That's correct. And you know what? As we communicate, we have developed the ability to inspire and motivate others, right? So we learn and understand the cultural differences and, of course, show leadership and confidence in front of the person or the people that you are talking to or showing or, presenting.
Exactly. So one of those examples where we easily communicate whatever message that we want to relay to our colleagues at work, to our friends, to our loved ones, to our constituents. One thing that I remember is that when I was working, until now I'm an office girl. So what I'm thinking is, before now I used to send big files, and I cannot be able to explain it to our clients with regards to our company portfolio. And it's I mean, our marketing department just provided this company profile that we had, but it takes a big file. So in that case, no, when you are not really a little bit techy of how are you going to compress the files or something like that. Good thing that I discovered this Dropbox that was recommended to us by our IT or something. So that one, I already relayed these big files to our clients, and good thing that our clients is also familiar with that. So we use the same tool, and we easily, he easily got the chance to see or to review our company so that we could be able to have sales. So this is how I think it's an effective way to communicate or to relay your message. So it's all about draft files aside from emails. So yeah.
And you're able to share it, right, and save it there for
Mm,
future use. So
yes.
it's a good tool.
Amazing. Right? So you don't need to wait for the what's it called this the hard copy to be sent to you,
Copy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Because
the
yeah,
Yes.
mail.
Before you have to send a messenger in order
I
to
know.
send tenders and all. So now it's good.
Yeah, because you can just put save it in Dropbox, and then the other
Yes.
party can access that right away. I mean, that's
Yes.
great. Yeah, for me, I would say one of the online communication tool that helped us, especially when we migrated in Canada, is Skype. Why? During
Mm.
that time, in way back in 2015, right? So that's where me and my family, my kids, right? They communicate with my mom um, through Skype. So it made it easier for us. Like we never felt what do you call this? The distance, right?
Mm.
That we are, because it's the first time that we traveled miles away from my family way back home. So we constantly communicated through Skype, right? If there's a need for us to send them pictures and everything like that. We aside from that, we also use Facebook. But that time, like Facebook video calling is not that
Yeah. Not
popular yet.
accessible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
exactly. Not
here, actually.
right, right. So, and it's not that clear sometimes. So we would rather, that's where we are able to enjoy and maximize
Mm.
Skype video calling.
Oh, that's nice. For me, recently I just saw this kind of communication tools that the Google launched. They call it the Google Meet. For me, the Google Meet is so nice, just like any application that runs nowadays, just like the what they call it, the Zoom or the other. But for the Zoom, you need to pay. But the Google Meet, you can do it right away. Just click the link and you can forward it to anyone that you want to meet online. And then the good thing here in Google Meet, it's under by the Google, so it runs by the Google. So the Google, you have a Gmail, you have a spreadsheet, you have a Google Docs, so you have the Google Photos. One-stop shop that you can do it in just one application is under by the Google. Yeah, so it's very nice that this Google that they launched, this Google Meet will be surely it will use in the near future more. So
Yeah.
that will be now.
And let me add, I mean, aside from Google Meet, especially in the offices right now during this pandemic, we usually, during meeting, so since it's virtual, we prefer, Zoom meetings like this, and then having Microsoft Teams as well, so that you can easily communicate internally in the office or somehow externally if you have business meeting outside, since you can go outside. It's very accessible, and it's a clear. I mean, it gives clear voice, clear communication. It's not like it's buffering all the time.
Yep.
And the visual, I mean, all those people involved in the meeting, you can see clear faces of them. Before, I think I remember this Yahoo Messenger or something. That was the first one communication tool that we are aware before, when Facebook Messenger and Teams are not there yet, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of, I mean, when we're now talking about communication in the digital world, even though these apps, messaging apps that have been very popular since the beginning of, like, maybe towards the end of the 90s, end of the 90s until up until today, there's a constant number of messaging tools. There's a lot of different types that you can choose from. So maybe some people can use on their business, and we can do use in our businesses too. For example, Facebook Messenger, which we actually use in our current business. Um, it is more reliable now than in 2015, I would say, because of all of the updates. But in the beginning, it's I think it's IRC if you wanted to chat with someone else,
Yeah.
um, maybe not in the business sense, but socially. And also Yahoo Messenger. You're
Yeah.
able to. It's Yahoo is sort of the old Google. To me,
Yeah.
it was Yahoo who
Who
created,
started first? The chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
started that kind of niche that Google is in now. But Google is way better now in terms of adding more and more features
Features.
in their products.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was a teenager, Yahoo is already there. So when I got to be professional, graduating
Still use
college,
Yahoo.
Google came.
Exactly.
We did have the BBM messaging before, and I think for business people,
Yeah.
BlackBerry.
they're the very first ones to use the BlackBerry phones to use with their email and
Right.
messaging
Yes.
their customers and calling their customers, right? This BlackBerry phones used to be almost strictly for business people, and then it just evolved into
Yeah.
being a
Yeah,
consumer
social.
product.
Yeah.
One of the very first touchscreen phone where now you can read your emails through that phone. Do you remember that? But I
It's called the Palm Pilot.
Yeah, Palm Pilot.
Yeah, that's right. The Palm Pilot. And then Samsung
You
came.
got a pen for that, right?
Yeah, you got a pen for that. You have to have a
Yeah.
pen. Yeah, in order for it. Yeah, that's right.
You so look
Oh, yeah.
professional.
I know you look. You when you
Yeah,
have
like
that
this
before, you look like one of the.
Exactly.
I remember those days. That's right. So,
It's very interesting how the digital side of communication evolves.
evolved.
People keep evolving as well.
Yeah.
Right before, when you have a Nokia 3210 and then you change the color and it has backlight, you're popular,
Yes, you're rich.
right?
The acetate,
One of the cool
The
kids.
acetate. Oh, that's
you
funny.
can put your own face with whatever you want in the box.
Right.
Yeah. So moving on now to our second digital skills for us to master. So which I know we need anyone this so deeply understand the word finances. So starting to our digital business is the same as on the traditional way. You need to fund it, or we need to put funds and then manage your finances right away. To improve your financial intelligence is the key. It is very essential for your entrepreneur life because, as we know, we cannot run a business with a zero.
Yeah.
Practically, we need to finance our money, to finance our business, to run it thoroughly. And then because we need to master this kind of skills, using the money or the finances wisely, then it will help our business to run thoroughly.
Exactly. Aim.
So learn how to manage your money. The basic investing, accounting, bookkeeping. It's very important that you are involved into what's going on with the ins and outs of the money. The basic is not that hard. A simple arithmetic can save our pockets and bank accounts, and that's very true, right? If you have a business, if you're business minded, and if you want it to be successful, you have to have a clear picture of where you are at, what are you spending, and what are your returns are. And Robert Kiyosaki, the author of one of the best personal finance books entitled Rich Dad and Poor Dad, I'm pretty sure most of us have heard of that. It's very good. It teaches you how to acquire assets and avoid liabilities, which is it's pretty self-explanatory. And when it comes to accounting, it helps to know the pulse of your business. Was it still breathing? Is it still working? You don't know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, you don't know if you're successful or not.
Yes.
And, you're gonna have to make sure that there's profit here and there, or if there's adjustments that needs to be done. And there are tools that we can use to be able to work on those numbers for our business, right?
Yes.
So I totally agree, Paula, right? So you have to know where your business stand, right? It's not just monitoring what's going out or what's coming in, but vice versa. And I totally agree that you have to have a trusted system in order for you to do that. So nowadays there are different ways for you to be able to accept incoming, right? Like payment, online applications such as Apple Pay, basically through that there is some sort of what do you call this? An attachment or whatever, a breakdown or maybe an Excel file or whatever, or that will give you the ability to monitor how much is coming in your business.
Practically every business needs an accounting or accountant. So we have an application running through nowadays. What the most popular is what we call the QuickBooks, the Intuit. The Intuit good things for this application. You just need to, if you have a receipt, you can take a picture of it, and then automatically it will go through the breakdown where is it. It's easily you can start your own business without any hiring accounting or your accountant to do your business.
Actually, I can only share about I used to manage my finances personally. I engage into mutual funds, and also I am paying my I'm investing also on my same health insurance in Philippines. And then they had this system that where I can put a track on whatever money I am investing on that kind of business, because also at the same time I am doing it as a business. And then later on I can easily see through their system. I can see there how much will be my commission on all my referrals, or giving them the people who wants to avail insurance or something like mutual funds as well, and how my mutual fund investments are growing. I can also see there every money that I am putting there, and also at the same time the investment I made on my health insurance. That's how I easily see and understand this type of digital skills on how you can be able to manage your finances.
Yeah, I guess it's that company's database that made it easier for you to, for all of their clients. You're a client of them, right? For easier access for themselves, for when they manage your accounts, your funds, as well as mutually you having an access to it to be able to track it and to see how much money you've already made, which is good, which is very, very good. One of the best things, best apps that I can say that I've been using is PayPal. I use it to pay some stuff when I buy online, to send money to the Philippines if I need to send money to my family. I use that. In terms of basic accounting and bookkeeping and all of those analytics and trying to organize the stuff in our business currently, if you're just beginning with this kind of business, especially this kind of business that we are working on, Excel is very, very good.
Right.
It's pretty amazing if you get to be comfortable using Excel. So I think that's one of the first things. If you want basic, if you want easy, go for Excel. I think
That's right.
that's the best.
So the next thing that we want to talk about is branding. The way that you present something. Like, personally speaking, I look at it in a way that it basically gives an identity to something, right? So like us, we have our own identity, wherein, like, for me in my business right now, my brand is my family, right? My brand is family. Whatever it is, your way of life, your approach, we are our own brand. And same as making a brand of our own business. For example, like Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Facebook, Apple, they've made the branding of their business, right? So if you hear the name of Steve Jobs, what comes to your mind, right? So that's how important it is. So,
Exactly. So then how are you going to create your own brand? So easy, folks. So practice your knowing yourself every day. Dig deeper into subconscious. You know yourself more than others do.
Right.
So Is it right? So, and
Yes.
then you're gonna discover about you. Also, curate your own content. Be an active curator of popular social media, and then you would know which platform you can focus on. So, which is speaking like you said, Atilen, your own family. Just like me, we have a family. We're having a family that we raised to. So we are focusing on our family, what we do every day, just like simply cooking, shopping. We shared our daily life. So doing that branding is easily we can show ourselves transparency.
And I think, when it comes to personal branding, like me, I'm a single. So I'm a single and then working as an overseas Filipino workers here in UAE. I picture myself that, an independent woman. I want to, I want to relay my brand as somebody who is independent, financially independent. At the same time, I want to, like I know myself. Our weaknesses, and I think I'm a female alpha. You know that what female alpha
Right.
is like.
Yeah.
I can do and decide on my own. I don't depend on anybody, and then I can lead a pack. For me, as a single person, that's how I want to brand myself. And you can see on my page, Dialogues from the Block. I mean, alone. I don't have partner. I don't have anyone. I'm just around the corner.
True. Yeah. For me, this is very close to what Ate Len said earlier um, when she defined what branding is. She said that it is your identity, right? It's like when they say branding a calf, branding a horse, right? They're marking it with something to identify that this horse is mine, a family crest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I see this crest, this is Gutierrez family, this is Santos family. I know that. So I think it's an identifying mark for all of us. Like, if people see that bottle, the sexy bottle of Coke, we know that's Coke. To me, that's how I see it. So if we try and think of how are we branding ourselves, it's how we look at ourselves, how we present ourselves, our business, to our potential business partners or
Yes.
potential customers.
So for me, I think just like part of the everyday life, our life is full of travel. So we moving here in British Columbia because we love to travel on a daily basis, not only bi-weekly or monthly.
There, as what RC has mentioned, you have to curate yourself. You have to be involved on the social media platforms or conversation even.
You have to leave an impression to someone. Like, yeah, like what the people that we mentioned, right? Whenever we see an Apple logo, we know that it's Apple, right? Whenever we see the Jollibee, we know that they're selling chicken, right? They're selling, it's a Filipino chicken with the Filipino spaghetti. We know right away, and that's the good thing. We have to create our own and leave something to people that when they remember you, right? That's you.
All right, so moving on, how do we put out our product out there and let introduce it to our audience, like even locally or globally? Of course, what we do is what we call marketing, right? We market our business out to the world so that people will know what we have to offer.
Yes.
To prosper your business, your marketing strategy plan is one of the most essential and powerful tools to get your business working and famous. Famous is a big word, right? But meaning just to be known in that niche where you chose, right? That you
Yes.
chose, the brand that you've chosen. An attractive marketing strategy is comprised of three things that we need to learn. Right? We have to learn to identify our target audience. Like, are we selling stuff for kids? Are we selling business strategy to people our age? Or are we selling services? We have to identify that and learn how to tell the story of what this kind of product we are trying to sell to these people.
Yeah.
How how it can um, effectively help their lifestyle or whatever, and learn how to drive traffic. This is very important because um, trying to drive traffic is like it's. Let me define that very quickly. It is the same way as when you have a store and people come and go inside your store checking out what you're selling. Those people who comes in and out of your store, that's called traffic, right? um so how do we drive more people to get into our store? That's what driving traffic means. How do we check out what we have to offer? What do we have here? Do we have great items here? Do we have great services here? How do we do that? It's part of how we market our it's part of our marketing strategies too, right? Should be part of our marketing strategies, right?
Yes,
Ate?
yes.
True.
Okay, understanding this about 3 points that we mentioned: the finances, the market, and then the branding. These three things that regarding pretty much for the skills that we need to master can must be balanced, because without any finances we cannot run the business. There's no direction if you don't have a market, and then the branding. How they gonna know you if you don't have if you don't have any brand? So those three master skills that we need to master. Those three mentioned the skills. We need to balance all those three things. So that's how I understand it.
Agree. And just to share with you, I've had like more than 8 years of experience when it comes to sales. One of the things that if you're going to connect everything that we talk about today, right? So again, investment, the accounting system or whatever, your brand, your market or whatever. One thing that I just want to share with you is, for as long as you are confident what you're selling, right? You know your product, right? Know your product, build your brand, and you can easily explain what the features, the advantage, and the benefits to your target market, then you will become effective at it, right? So I think those combined three ingredients. I love this topic today because these are the main thing, the main core, right, that we have to really know and understand in order for us to become effective, right, Jel?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Ate Len, I agree with you totally. Because thanks for this second thing that Paula said about marketing, is that you have to learn how to storytell, not gossiping. But anyway,
Right.
this is like a job of a salesperson or a
Mhm.
promodizer, right? Like they storytell, and then later on, I had this training. Did this our business? I really engaged myself into a training like this, and I watched this video saying that when you storytell a product or something, if you market a product or something, you don't have, or if you want to, to promote a business or something, you don't have to sell what you do. You have to sell why you are doing that.
Right.
Exactly. So this one quote that it really struck me when it comes to selling or storytelling a particular product or particular business. It's like, because usually people just said, "Hi, this is good. You want to buy it?" Something like that.
No, no, yeah,
Tell, why is
exactly.
it good? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to sell this to me? Why? So if they know that your main purpose or your main reason why are you trying to build this partnership on business, or you want to sell this product, it's just simply because you believe onto something on those particular things, right? So that's exactly how it can become effective. The marketing is effective. So yeah, that's how storytelling is. So it's really, this is actually, I really agree on you, Ate Len, because this is really a very exciting discussion about marketing, because some people or some sales people tend to forget really what
I
is
agree.
what and why are they selling a particular product. So yeah.
Why? You know why? Because a lot of people are focused on the income right away, the
Exactly.
profit, right? So they now lose the tendency of giving that quality. What can I? You're correct. You have to know what they need and what you're selling, right, Paula?
Right.
Yes, exactly, Ate. I totally agree with you and Jel and brother RC. Um, in terms of marketing and trying to brand your business now. In the digital world, it's now it's more complicated, but it's easier too, because you have access to other people's social media accounts, to other people's blogs, and you can curate, the term that was used earlier, and make it into your own. You create your own story with, with thinking in your mind that, okay, this is what he's doing too, this is how he does it, this is why he's doing it. I think it's aligned, somehow aligned with what I'm trying to accomplish here. Let me use that as my template, and then line up whatever it is that's more appropriate in my business. And talking about the why, Simon Sinek, in one of his talks, he talked about the importance of knowing your why instead of knowing how
Yes.
to show, or to introduce your products. It's people mostly decide on, like, emotionally. Mostly emotionally is how people decide what they buy, what they want to purchase. So if you're gonna tell someone that, hey, I want to sell you this really good computer because it has this and this and this, it has this and this and this option that you can use. This person who doesn't know a thing about a computer or a gadget will not a little bit forced to buy your stuff, because what do I care about this gadget? What do I care about the specs that you're talking about? You understand that. But then if you try and transition it the other way, if you say, if you're the kind of person who likes to be 100% in control of their life, that's a very powerful message there. Buy this TV, buy this smart TV. Why? Because smart TV, you can control it with your remote controller. You can go Netflix, you can go wherever, right? So if you just turn it a little bit, flip it around, and use a different wording, storytelling, and putting focus more on the why, it will be more beautifully heard. It will be more, touchy feely to the people, and it will attract more people. And we know that we all are, we all are emotional buyers.
Yes.
Even if we don't agree, even if we don't admit it now, but most of us are emotional buyers. We buy this sort of thing is because we feel that this is for us, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's the most powerful stuff that I've heard about the wise is from Simon
Yeah,
Sinek.
you know what, guys? We have just completed the first part of our discussion. And, this is to assure you that the second part will be more interesting, right? So, I know, right? This are just the first basic digital entrepreneurship skills that we have tackled today. So we're looking forward to the next episode already. I'm so excited. I cannot wait already.
It adds a lot of your interest to be creative more, to be more informed about how you're gonna start your business, how you're gonna do it right? Of having or applying these particular skills. All right. So, but before we end our show, please don't forget to visit, like, and follow our business pages you see on the screen. There you are. And one more, if you like the show today and want to be notified all the time, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification.
So let's meet up again next Saturday, same timing. Here in Canada, in BC, it's 8:15 a.m., 10:15 a.m. in Winnipeg, 12:15 a.m. in the Philippines, and 8:15 p.m. in UAE. So be educated, be a business-minded entrepreneur.
Only here at the Action Takers channel, the Digipreneur Life.
The Digipreneur Life.
The Digipreneur Life.
The Digipreneur Live.
Bye.
Bye-bye.